Do you have a target in mind?
I do. I do.
And what age is it from?
This would have been from 2 years ago. Did you want from a younger age?
You know, we would want from a younger age if you were using it in the context of the practicum, but since we're here to help you locate the feeder memory, it's fine.
Or maybe this is just a loss from 2 years ago.
It's just a loss. This is
No,
just
it's a loss. Okay.
Yeah, and if you want somebody else, that's okay.
No, that's just fine. Can you give us some general idea of what the loss was without revealing too much?
Yeah, I was with my dad when he passed.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
Yeah. And what's disturbing about it?
Guilt.
Mhm.
I didn't realize the moment when he actually passed, and I was holding this part of his forehand instead of his hand because he was turned slightly away in the bed and I didn't want to disturb him.
Mhm.
But I was just holding him here instead of here.
And how disturbing is it?
I'd say about an 8.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
and it had to do with holding his arm in a different place.
Yes, because a year or two earlier, I was by his bedside and I had was doing the same thing, holding him in the forearm, and he took his other hand and placed it where we were holding hands instead of me holding his forearm.
So you weren't doing what you thought he would really like. When
Right, exactly.
And where do you feel it in your body?
Here and in my throat a little.
And was that novel that you felt like you had disappointed your father?
I'm sure I disappointed him before, but
It wasn't that wasn't.
but I can't think of anything. That's more of like I should have known better. I should have known better because it would have been, he would have really felt my hand when he passed instead of just a sensation on his forearm.
Uh-huh.
And were you intending to torture him?
No.
Okay. So, but there's a part of you that has trouble accepting that this was a mistake.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, do you have a good PDF? You have a
Good. Okay.
PDF?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay,
do.
great. So why don't you go ahead and tap. And talk about the PDF.
That's my dog, who's also passed. It was when I was a child. And he was a basset hound.
Uh-huh.
And he had one brown eye and one blue eye.
Wow.
And he just always seemed to have a smile. Could tell
Uh-huh.
that he had a smile.
Yeah.
And when he wagged his tail, it went in a circle. Didn't go
Flash.
back and forth.
Still went in a circle when he wagged it. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we just hung out together. We go in the woods everywhere, and
Flash. Blink your eyes 3 times. That's
I
good.
am. You can't
Yeah,
see.
good,
Sorry.
good.
Yeah, I was just always felt happy and whole.
And what was his name?
Rebel.
Rebel. Flash. Good. Made sure I saw it that time.
Was he a rebellious dog?
No, he was just dumb. But he was sweet.
Yeah. Flash. Good.
It's just we would do this thing. I don't know. I don't know how it got started, but we would sing the Star Spangled Banner or something like that. One of us got clapping and the dog started running in circles. And it was only to that song.
Oh, interesting.
We would all clap and watch
Flash.
the dog go. And it was so funny because his long ears are flapping and his
Yeah.
tongue's hanging out. And he kind of loped when he ran, but he tore into it when that song.
Wow. How did you get that name?
Well, because he was such a patriot for the United States.
No. It was my mother named him. It was it was just so the antithesis of what he was. So
Flash. So it's her sense of humor.
yeah.
Every time you said his name, you were making fun of him.
Yeah.
Which he didn't mind.
No. Flash.
Yeah, but he was easy to make fun of. And one time I made fun of him right in front of him. I was like, nah, 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 nah. And I did that, and he tore after me. He just.
Oh, is that right? He'd run after you when you did that? Isn't that funny? Flash.
Very intuitive dog.
So take a break and check into this loss.
Oh, wow. I have that far away feeling.
Mm.
And I feel kind of like, it's weird, kind of like a tingling.
Mhm.
It's different. It's definitely different.
So is it a good or a bad tingling?
I'm going to say it's good.
Good. So go back to talking about Rebel.
So we were just great pals, and we had a woods in back of our house, and there was a rock that we would go to and hang out. And
How old were you?
he was, well, from 8 years old up through high school, and then I went to college, and then he passed away when I was in college.
Flash.
But he was there for a good part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very special time.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah. So
what other tricks did he have? He ran around to the Star Spangled Banner.
his feet were would go in opposite direction, his paws.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was the runt of the litter and we just took him. So,
Yeah.
so they said, yeah, we could never show him.
Flash.
He's the most loving dog. I mean, you could say anything to him and he, of course, I felt he knew what I was saying.
Mhm.
So he's a thoroughbred basset hound.
Yeah, with a brown eye and a blue eye and a,
Wow. Well, you could invent your own breed. Only dogs with brown and blue eyes can be shown in this dog show.
we actually, we took him to a show and my mother walked him with the other people in the circle with their dogs.
Yeah.
And when they gave the command to go forward, he turned around and went backwards.
Flash.
So
He's a
it
rebel.
was like
Yeah.
true to form. I don't think he meant to be a rebel, but he was in his own way.
Flash. I don't think I've ever seen a dog with two different color eyes.
Oh, I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was that common in that breed?
I know I've seen it in a couple other breeds. I haven't seen it.
Aren't Alsatians or something tend to have that? Yeah, anyway, it is a thing.
I don't know.
Flash. Take a break. Again, check in with your loss. What are you noticing now? Do you notice any change?
I still feel a little of the tingling. I think my suds is down to about a 2.
What about the guilt?
I had this thought that there were other things I did to show my love for him.
So, so that thought had to do with that he knew you loved him.
I guess so. Yeah.
Good. So, Louis, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that thought had to do with that you knew he knew you loved him.
Yeah.
It's so clear that you did, and I think he did know, huh?
Yeah.
We'll go back to Rebel.
Trying to think what else he did.
What did you do in the woods with him?
When what?
You took him to the woods.
In the woods?
Did you hunt for squirrels or dig holes, or what did you do?
Oh God, no. Well, okay, we took him one time to a basset hound farm. And they wanted to see if he could hunt because that's what they're supposed to do.
I was going to ask what they did.
They're a French dog, and I guess they were bred for their long ears to pick up the scent on the ground to hunt for rabbits.
So let's see, their ears would pick up the scent on the ground.
That's what they said.
Sounds like he wasn't the only dumb person.
Two different eyes, and he smelled with his ears.
Well, so what happened was he was in this field and they're all like looking at him like, okay, Rebel, you're on the spot. There's a rabbit. And the rabbit went by him. And he just started smelling the flowers. He was like, what's a Rebel? There's a rabbit.
Well, that's
and the bull.
That's just a type B dog.
That's right.
Flash.
Yeah. He's an amazing dog.
Yeah, what a wonderful thing for you to have that dog from in those years of your life.
It really, really was. Yes, really was.
Flash. So again, check in. See if you notice any change.
I feel lighter. I
Mm,
feel lighter here.
mhm, mhm. And how disturbing is the memory now?
I feel, this is weird. I feel guilty if I say it's less than a 2.
Mhm,
Mm,
mhm.
mm. Because what would that mean?
Because what would that mean? That, I really needed to feel bad about that, I guess. I don't know how else to put it into words.
Like you deserve punishment or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, something along those lines.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Thank you.
just think about the idea that you need to be punished.
Let's see, and why don't we spotlight Phil too?
Oh, yeah.
There we
I
go.
am. I'm spotlighted.
Thank you. Okay.
Blank it out and take a deep breath. And what are you noticing now?
It's okay. It's okay.
Good. Let me see here. Can't see Lisa. There you are. So 0 to 10.
Wow. 0.
Great.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Wow. I've been holding that very big.
A
Thank
long
you.
time. Well, thank you.